All right, what's up, sports bettors? Another video from Math-Based Bets. And I want to take a look at the last month or so since starting this experiment, tracking my positive expected value bets with Oddsjam. So I started using this new method, variable bet size, using the Kelly criterion calculator on the Oddsjam page in about the middle of September. September 9th started the first week doing this analysis and this method. And you can see ended the month of September with a profit of $791 here. Just comparing to the previous months that I had been using Oddsjam and just betting at the beginning, flat betting $5, then moving on to flat betting $10. You can see I was still profitable. Earlier on with those smaller bet sizes. June was pretty good, but you can obviously see the jump from August to September. Again, only considering half of September here, the jump in profits. So really great profits for September. You can see overall profit so far up to $2,423. We do have some bets pending for tonight. 14% ROI and still beating the closing line value 64% of the time. Love to see this number over 50%. We know that we'll be profitable in the long run if we keep this number over 50%. And then also a sneak peek of October so far. So a little over halfway through October and currently have a profit of $662. That's thanks to a good week last week. So switching to the weekly view, we need to cover last week, week 41. If you recall the previous video, we covered week 40, where I battled back from some pretty big losing days to end with a profit of about $17. Followed up with last week, and we had a pretty big loss. So far, the biggest loss I've had, biggest weekly loss on Oddsjam, but of course, as I mentioned, switched the bet sizing recently, so we can expect losing weeks to be bigger as well as winning weeks to be bigger as well. So we'll take a look at what week 41 looked like, and then I want to show you week 42 as well, where, as you can see, we had just under $700 profit. I'm going to aggregate these numbers and do some analysis for about the first month, tracking my progress here using this new method, variable bet sizing paired with the positive expected value page on Oddsjam. And we'll take a look at that analysis in just a second. So also just want to point out profit by sportsbook. I mentioned that Caesars is new where I am in Pennsylvania and definitely making some good profits on Caesars. Take a look if you haven't signed up yet. Great promo offers from Caesars. BetMGM continues to be a big winner, and some of the main ones as well. FanDuel, DraftKings still winning a lot there. Profit by sport. Something that's not news is losing on tennis in the last week. Actually lost a lot on tennis here. But football season's picking up again, and you can see already up almost $1,000 profit just betting football. So really excited to see where the season goes. Hockey's started up as well. I think we had some pretty small profits prior to the start of the season, so nice to see that creeping up. And everybody is, I'm sure, excited for basketball season to start again. Going to be a lot of great betting opportunities there as well. So we are starting the review of last week on October the 3rd. You can see on the 3rd, we made a small profit of $30, followed by a losing day of $27 on the 4th. Moving to the 6th, as you can see, somehow on the 5th, we basically ended completely even. Lost another $30, followed by a win of $17 on the 7th. And then you can see where we ended up basically losing the money for this week was on the 8th and on the 9th. On the 8th, we lost $110, and on the 9th, lost $101. So pretty tough week there. As you can see, ended up overall down $217. And what does that look like on paper? So here's our bets from that week the 3rd, all the way through the 9th. And obviously highlighted in red are the lost bets, and highlighted in green are the winners. So, I mean, just here, this is October the 4th. Right here, you can see we lost basically every bet. We won one, and we ended up down, just in losing bets here, we have about $350 in losing bets on October the 4th. So we battled back a little bit, had some good wins, but overall just a terrible week, which is to be expected, right? Variance is something that goes hand in hand with sports betting, and something we need to come to accept and keep pushing forward. And as you can see on the chart, looking at week 42, we didn't change our methods. We got the money in good using this method with Oddsjam, and ended up with great profits. So glad we stayed the course. We more than made up for the losses the prior week, and week 42 had some great wins. You can see mostly fueled by football on Sunday. So yesterday, October 16th, had a great win, $323. My biggest daily win so far. And some of that is due to a same game parlay on the Eagles game, thanks to AJ Brown for hitting his yards and that great touchdown by him. So great to see that. So I keep mentioning this method with Oddsjam and the positive expected value page. So what exactly am I doing to make this consistent profit month over month? So as you can see, I'm on the Oddsjam dashboard here, and I'm mostly focused here on the positive EV page. So every morning I'm going to open up this page, refresh it, see what we find. All these bets we know are only showing up here using the recommended filters, because Oddsjam knows from their back testing the thousands and thousands and thousands of data points that they have to back test that these are mathematically profitable bets, and have even more of an edge than just some that show up with these filters turned off, right? As I mentioned, they're back testing. They know what bets from which sports books perform better versus worse over time, right? PointsBet, maybe based on what we're seeing here, historically has been pretty bad at pricing NHL total goals. So we might be more likely to lock in this bet knowing it's coming up on the recommended filters from Oddsjam. So every day what I'm doing, I'm coming here, I'm refreshing this page, I'm seeing what looks interesting, taking a look at these bets. You can see the profit margin here, the expected profit margin, a little over 1% on this bet. This is the favorite. Total goals on this NHL game here. And if you click it, you can see just exactly how the market is looking. So the best odds are -60. You can see average odds -185. Compare this to some of the sharper books like Pinnacle, who has had this bet at -181. We might be inclined to take this bet here. When I do find one that I like, I lock it in on whatever sports book it's recommending. Use this plus button here to add it to my bet tracker. Bet tracker lives over here. Under bets, you can see I have a number of bets already locked in for today. Here's yesterday. Some losses, but overall, great wins, great profits. And what you're really focused on, of course, we're going to win some, we're going to lose some, but a key number here is the odds that we locked in versus the closing line value. And you can see, so far these games haven't started yet, so lines can still move, but almost all these bets, just one here, we got significantly better odds than the closing line. And this stuff definitely adds up over time. You might not think the difference between 107 and 110 is big, but place this bet 100 times, 200 times, that's going to start to add up. Great value here we got on this NHL player prop. We were able to lock in +100 when it showed up on the Oddsjam plus EV page. Lines since moved to -108. So love to see that. Here as well, we were able to lock in this total goals NHL bet for the game tonight at -120. Lines moved all the way down to -138. So that's what I'm doing. You can see the numbers don't lie. I've logged over 1,300 bets from the Oddsjam plus EV page. These numbers go back all the way to May of this year. And I'm seeing great returns. So if I go back to my dashboard, you can see since we were able to lock in over $2,000 profit. So like I said, early on, you can see these weeks, very small wins, very small wins, very small losses. That was when we were doing those flat bets of $5, $10 per bet. We're now sometimes betting, $50+ per game. So really excited to see where this goes. So I want to take a look at the past few weeks, just over a month since we started this analysis and this variable bet size. And I've done a little bit of analysis here. These are all the bets we placed over the last month or so, excluding bets that are refunds. So you might see some strange looking numbers, but we have excluded refunds or voided bets from the analysis. So 375 bets logged since starting this analysis. Take a look at the summary view here. You can see where we win, where we lose, and what kind of profits we're talking about here. So on baseball, again, subtracting for the voided or refunded bets, you can see we won and lost almost 50-50 and were 50-50 on winners and losers for positive versus negative odds. And actually, interestingly, we won almost all of the profits on baseball through the favorites or negative odd bets, which is interesting to see. We see the converse of that or the inverse of that in some of these other examples. Basketball, no basketball to be betting on this last month or so, but football has started, and you can see, most of the profit, or the overwhelming majority of the profit for the last month or so is from football. We went 114 and 83 in total bets for football, almost 200 total bets in football season so far. This is college and professional football, and just about $1,100 profit betting on football so far. You can see most of these were plus money bets, and we of course won a lot more money on the plus money side than we did on the favorite or the minus money. Hockey just started, so not a huge sample size so far on hockey, just 19 bets placed, but about $87 profit, and pretty even on positive versus negative odds here. Although you can see we placed 9 bets plus money, 10 bets minus money, and we have $124 profit of those plus money bets, and actually lost overall about $40 on the negative odds. So you can see still coming out with a profit thanks to those plus money bets. Soccer, we had one bet, we happened to win it. Nothing too noteworthy there. It was a plus money bet. Tennis, as I've said in previous recaps, down overall, mostly thanks to the past month or so, down $232 overall in tennis. A lot of favorites. And yeah, we are losing overall in tennis. You can see we managed to win $1.80, but lost all of that on those negative money bets. So pretty great profit-wise, obviously, since we've been tracking and on this YouTube channel and sharing our picks out on TikTok every day. You can see that we've locked in $1,200 profit, a little over $1,200. And I also grouped these by types of bets just to see exactly what types of bets we're winning and losing on. So we're looking at the winners here, and you can see some of these, of course, big numbers are for parlays here and there. We had, I think, 4 parlays in the last month or so for some decent profit. But I will point out that a lot of this is just on markets, single bets, straight from the plus EV page on Oddsjam. So pretty good winner here on one of the main markets. So MLB total runs. We went 14-9 out of 23 bets, $166 profit. Team total as well. 35 bets total, went 20-15 and won $143. Some other good wins here on the point spread and total points. This is for college football this time. So again, main markets winning a lot here. Money line only went 1-0. This was actually the Jets money line, I believe. Got that, I think, plus 320. So ended up being a great bet there. Player rushing yards, a lot of great NFL prop bets have been hitting, mostly on Caesars. A lot of great plus EV opportunities popping up in the NFL player prop market, specifically on Caesars is what I'm seeing. So I've been loving those bets the last month or so. I've been hammering them every time I see them. Player passing yards, again, $123 profit on these bets, went 4-1. That's a great return. And I think still this is mostly from Caesars. So where are we losing the most? Luckily, in the last month or so, losers have been fewer and farther between. But as I've mentioned before, tennis is a big loser for us. So just in the WTA total games bets, WTA at all, really, we've lost $140 since starting this analysis and tracking on this channel. And total games and game spread, $50 down and $85 down, respectively. So not much to analyze when you just lost everything. So we'll take a look here at some football. So NFL total points, we bet good number of those, so understandable to see some losses here as well. CFL Money Line, this is a league I don't know much about and have been betting here and there, so something maybe to take a closer look at. And some other, bigger losses here on player longest passing completion. So only one bet here, managed to lose it. A little bit more of a risky bet in general, I think. So also just want to look at some noteworthy wins and losses for positive versus negative odds. One I want to point out, team total. So this is one case where we actually won more on negative odds than we did on the plus odds. Another example here, total runs, won a good chunk on minus money odds. I think that's all worth pointing out here. A little bit down below, there might be some more football to analyze here. So NFL player rushing yards, you can see overwhelming majority of these bets were plus money bets by the time they showed up on the Oddsjam plus EV page. And that since we're beating the closing line value, a lot of those moved to minus money. So we want a good chunk here, $151 just on player rushing yards, and 16 of those were plus money bets. You can see here, player passing yards, 5-0 in terms of plus versus minus money, one good chunk of change there as well. Anything else worth taking a look at here? So I went 3-3 on NHL player shots on goal in terms of plus money and minus money. And this is a great example, right? We won twice the amount, same amount of bets, won twice the amount on the plus money. So we do love seeing the plus money bets show up on Oddsjam. Here's another one where we went 1-1, tennis money line. So we have one plus money, one minus money, won $50 on the plus money, lost 25 on that minus money. So overall, in terms of total down here, you can see we're winning much more on the plus money bets than we are on the minus money bets, though we did place more. So something to keep in mind. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Really excited to see how the end of October shapes up so far. Looking great. You can see football profits have been really creeping up as the seasons got going. Still, most of our profit is from plus EV. All the free bets and odds boosts are paired with plus EV plays as well. And then we have some good profit just on normal bets on the side as well. So thanks for watching. Hope you got some value out of this. Tune in next week when we'll be following up with the next week of plus EV sports betting using the Oddsjam plus EV page. Thanks, everyone. Tune in next week.